YouTube. It's Chelsea the Destroyer, and we are going to watch Blade versus Buffy. Death battle. Currently, Blade is the bane of my existence and Marvel Rivals right now. Grab your snackies, grab your bevies. Let me know what you eat and drink down below. Let's get to watch it.
Blade versus Buffy.
I will say I like the background, like the BGM for Death Battle. I do like that randomly.
Daywalker versus the Vampire Slayer.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. They're known by many names. Revenant, Vortolak, Nosferatu.
Vampires. When the moon is
Bum bum bum.
out and the night is young, these undead demons are out for blood.
Fitting then that the greatest foe of those who stalk the night is the one who can walk the day. Blade.
Is that really his costume?
Hang on.
Now there's a man who doesn't file his taxes. Blade is
Hang on.
Wow. We really like to put superheroes in bright colors, huh?
his costume.
Hang on.
Now there's a man who doesn't file his taxes. Blade is one of the coolest superheroes ever, and basically kickstarted the comic book movie craze.
And yet, he is also seemingly the only one who knows or...
You still don't believe in the vampires. Man, it's so dark I can't see the front of my eyeballs. You bring one of those cool X-Files flashlights? You still believe in the vampires, do you? Makes us even. I don't believe in guys swinging from webs. But they're as real as any of the bad guys you take on. You ever hear of Dr. Theodore Jackson? The Nobel Prize-winning chemist? He died back in the 30s, I think.
Cares that in the world of Marvel, vampires exist. Seriously, nobody...
And Dracula owns Moon Knight like $5. Where's his money, Dracula? You dork.
That in the world of Marvel, vampires exist. Seriously, nobody talks about this.
Blade doesn't need anyone's help. He'll just aura farm by himself.
Even Blade's birth was hardcore.
Okay. Name, Eric. Okay, I hit a button. I'm making sure I didn't accidentally mute myself. Eric Brooks. Age is about 100. Height is 6'2". Weight is 100. Or I can read. 250 pounds. Species is Dampier, which means he's half. Professional jazz trumpeter. I didn't know that. That's pretty awesome. Likes I Am Legend. Really? Boy thing. Make that new movie, Marvel. I think that got canceled, didn't it?
Just as the young Eric Brooks's mother was in labor, her attending doctor turned out to be the vampire Deacon Frost.
And he drank her blood right before she gave birth.
This infused Eric...
That's pretty fucked up. What the hell, man?
Eric with Frost's vampiric blood, turning him half human, half vampire. A Dampier.
Giving him a ton of vampy powers.
Half human, half vampire. A Dampier.
You cannot be turned. You are a foul Dampier.
Giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses.
A necromancer hired a merc to stop me? Ha. Between that and those you are not allowed in here signs, this is a real chuckle hut. Eric Brooks, aka Blade, half human, half vampire, vampire killing machine, named for his affinity for slicing up undead dummies. See currently.
A Dampier.
Giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses like garlic, holy water, or sunlight.
Eric would hone these abilities under the tutelage of vampire hunter Jamal Afari, sharpening him into a blade that would rape the vampire plague for good.
Blade is strong and fast enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets out of the air. He can keep up with...
What was that animation? Hold on.
Enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets out.
I'm sorry, his bottom half isn't moving at all. He's not shifting. It's just like his top half is doing some crazy shit.
of the air. He can keep up with Wolverine, who can deflect Cyclops' light speed optic blast.
That's bullshit too. Like, well, okay.
And his Kevlar DuPont armor helped him take the top of Count Von Stott's castle exploding.
Kevlar takes the brunt of the blast. Honestly, the real trick's avoiding getting caught in the debris.
He can heal small wounds immediately and
Okay, though Blade has been incapacitated via stabbing, his healing factor has powered through impalement and secondary material like Blade the series and the Blade anime.
sniff out the supernatural with his hypersenses. Also,
Blood
his
magic.
fangs can drain his victims of magical energies.
After studying the
crazy.
ways of Hong Kong Kung Fu movies, Blade became a master martial artist. Ah, yes, the Rufus from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu.
Okay, abilities. Blood-sucking fangs, magical energy siphonings, hypersenses, immortality, regeneration, shapeshifting, berserk mode, and martial arts.
While the only martial art he's been stated to know is Krav Maga, we know he's mastered more. So for the full scope of his martial arts ability, we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes.
By looking at Snipes' training and choreography, we know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima, kickboxing, Shotokan karate, and Hapkido. Add on Blade's knack for stealthy takedowns, and I guess you could call him Marvel's Batman.
Blade's training progressed smoothly until Afari was attacked and had his blood drained by Dracula.
Bum, bum, bum.
Seriously, Avengers, Dracula is real. Why aren't you doing anything about this? He's right there!
Forced to murk his surrogate dad, Blade would have to wage his war alone.
Nursing a wound within him that would never heal, a hole that could never be filled.
Not with that attitude.
Okay, arsenal, blades, magical and adamantium swords, knives, stakes, and throwing glaives, bladed nunchucks. Okay, body armor, countless firearms and explosives, prosthetic gun hand, anti-hypnosis goggles, flame gauntlets, edge of Entrados? I don't know what that is. Breathing gun, boy thing, and motorcycle.
Blade took a page out of the Book of Boomstick and tried filling that hole with every kind of weapon imaginable. He's got so many, they're his apartment decorations.
Handguns, assault rifles, and explosives make up the brunt of his firepower, and he enjoys getting up close and personal with his dual acid-etched titanium katanas.
Yeah.
Speaking of glorious Nippon steel,
And he likes to get into the back line and just like ult all over them. All over the healers. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know.
he's got a sword made out of adamantium.
Specifically, secondary adamantium, a variant of the metal that is mass producible.
It may not be quite as strong as Cap's shield, but it can cut right through heavy hitters like Ultron and the Hulk.
Naturally, Blade has even more swords. His Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The Word Sword can harm intangible demons, and the Justiciar can slay fallen angels.
Yeah, he's got some weird stuff he can pull out of his ass, like a Hellfire shotgun that burns your soul, or hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood. Seems,
Jesus Christ.
kinda dumb to turn people into vampires,
Ah!
but it does make them more vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All that pales in comparison to the arch weapon of hell in Blade's possession, the breathing gun. It is a living firearm that hisses in the presence of demonic forces. Its sentient bullets chase its victims down. The wounds they cause cannot be healed.
That's crazy. That's insanity, actually. That's odd.
And if they get lodged in your body, they'll slowly devour you from
Okay, the bullets for the breathing gun are special. They're like thinking meat missiles. They nest in a bed of barbed wire and broken glass, feed on hummingbird hearts and the festering remains of defrocked priests. All they know how to do are eat, kill, and make baby bullets. After you're dead, they'll likely lay their Oh, God, I hate them. Oh, no. Throw that thing in like a volcano. That's terrible. I hate this thing.
the inside out.
In the same fight where Breathing Gun harmed him, Cosmic Ghost Rider defended attacks from Captain Marvel that could melt through a star. I hate the breathing gun. I hate it.
They can even hurt Hell Lords and even greater threats like the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything he had and fought his one-man war for almost 100 years.
He's battled hordes of vampires while skydiving, infiltrated the Pentagon, and
while this is the Insomniac version of Miles, Insomniac Spider-Man is on par in mainline Spider-Man and comic book crossovers. What?
even took on Spider-Man like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blades even bested the Spirit of Vengeance, Zarathos.
And while he occasionally allied with teams like the Avengers, he prefers to work alone.
Okay. Feats. Battled vampires for about 90 years, harmed Cosmic Ghost Rider with the breathing gun, tore bodies apart with his bare hands, blocked gunfire with his nunchucks, dodged Count Von Strat's optic lasers, survived Hulk throwing him into the sky, fought a horde of killer geese with Deadpool, defeated Dracula, Deacon Frost, Zarathos, and Varney?
I probably would too if they only cared about me when I was helping them and not ridding the world of, you know, vampires.
That, and Blade is scared of what he might do if he loses control, because he does have one classic vampire weakness, a thirst for blood. Blah.
Wow.
More so after he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her. If his bloodlust does overwhelm him, he will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing his strength at the cost of his sanity.
Though it does make him even better at killing vamps. He's made a cottage industry out of whooping Dracula's ass.
Dracula is unsurprisingly powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently didn't hold a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampirsk, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has...
I mean, I guess. Why not? I'm learning so much. I'm like, what? Okay.
even given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of mist.
So he can force his way inside your body and blow you up from the inside out, Ant-Man style.
What is with you with the Ant-Man? Blade's hatred of vampires is only matched by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of vampiric powers, Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter, training her the same way Afari trained him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
And proving that Blade's lonely war need not be so lonely anymore. With his daughter...
Did they not just say that they were going to specifically look at Wesley Snipes' Blade? I mean, I guess, yes, you have to go through all of it, but, like, did they not? Why did they say that?
at his side, and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing, let Marvel's vampires be...
That's Boy Thing?
And also this...
This thing? That is Boy Thing. All right. All right.
Plant creature pet called Boy Thing, let Marvel's vampires beware. For should they indulge their unnatural urges, they will be sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade. Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
You know what's awesome? Being right, especially when your co-host is always wrong.
Funny, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss the excitement of football season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Like I always am.
You're just boasting because Prize Picks makes it easy to play. All you gotta do is pick more or less on at least 2 players' stats. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. That's it.
Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, so you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. I'm picking more on Josh Allen's pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns. I guess I'm just a positive thinker like that.
Well, I'm positive that you totally copied me, because I'm picking the same. You followed me on the app and saw my feed tab, didn't you?
That's right, and you can too. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code DEATH to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup.
That's code DEATH to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup.
Imagine knowing anything about sports or the people that play them. Cannot relate.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness.
God.
She is the Slayer.
For thousands of years, a new Slayer would be granted incredible powers and was destined to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer, and so on. That is, until the newest Slayer would change everything. Buffy and
Sorry, hold on.
That is, until the newest Slayer would
Those effects. I used to watch this on TV. Look at those good effects.
change everything. Buffy and Summers.
Not exactly the first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity.
I don't ever remember her looking like this in any way, shape, or form. What? Full name Buffy Ann Summers. Height is 5'4". Occupation waitress, counselor, law enforcement.
3 months.
Oops.
Neat.
Oops, Moose. Thank you for the resubscription. Love interest is Pike, Angel, Riley, Spikes, Satsu. Death count, at least 2. Like she died? Like what? Movie Buffy from before the show. Okay, sure. I don't think I ever watched the movie. I think I only watched parts of the show, but not like the whole show. I don't know. Founder and president of the Third Magic Council, likes ice capades, James Spader? Christian Slater pineapple pizza. I really feel like maybe a lot of what was going on in this went over my head because I also didn't watch it in order because like American TV doesn't really show things in order usually. It's like sporadic episodes, but like, yeah.
Buffy's only goals in life were, in her own words, graduate from high school, go to Europe, marry Christian Slater, and die.
But that would all change when the Watcher Merrick appeared and revealed her destiny.
Like, total bummer.
Merrick trained Buffy in the arts of vampire slaying, and she became so efficient that she burned down her school. Whoops.
Forcing her and her mom to move to Sunnydale, California to start a new life, far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad makeup.
Unfortunately,
Not sure about that one.
small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hell.
Ooh, look at the CG. Man, back in the day.
Fortunately, small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth, where the boundary between Earth and Hell is permeable.
Yeah, that sounds like the Valley, all right. Along with new Watcher Giles, Wallflower Willow, part-time bad boy, part-time sad boy Angel, magical retcon sister Dawn, and Xander.
What's wrong with Santa? I don't remember any of these people. I remember Willow a little bit. Wasn't Angel a vampire at some point? Am I wrong about that? I don't remember. But like, I don't remember Xander at all.
Buffy and her Scooby Gang would battle a never-ending series of monsters.
And we mean truly never-ending. Sure, there's the TV show, but Buffy has also been slaying vampires across video games, comics, and 128 novels.
Dang.
Tens of thousands of pages of Buffy lore you've never heard of.
But we're just crazy enough to speed read them all.
Buffy carries a variety of anti-vampire weaponry. There's wooden stakes, of
Okay, arsenal, crossbow, knives and stakes, Morningstar, grenades, flamethrower, M136 rocket launcher, Hellfire launcher, Hope's dagger, laser rifle, Olaf's hammer, glove of Minagon? I don't know. Razor blades. The rocket launcher. I feel like there was like one episode where like there was like this really old vampire that was like, no like blade made by man or no weapon made by man or whatever can slay me, and she was like, maybe back in your day, and then she pulls out like a rocket launcher, which like I can't like yeah okay you listen, we got bigger badder things now.
course, sometimes dipped in Gorgon venom that can turn you to stone. Though she's also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said it! When she fought an ancient demon unable to be killed by any weapon
This thing.
in his time, Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's all
Yes, that thing. Like, oh man. Back in whenever the fuck you were created. They didn't have fucking rocket launchers.
Also a master of Aikido, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, karate, kung fu, wushu, tai chi, kendo, capoeira, and taekwondo.
Buffy apparently thinks Hong Kong's kung fu movie masters could learn a thing or two.
No kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire.
Did that not hit her shoe, though?
Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned.
Like, is that not it hitting her shoe, or is that supposed to it being, like, kicked up like that from this? Because it looked like it just hit her shoe.
Enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer.
No, it was Spike, not Angel. I don't remember what Angel does.
Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even
Okay, Spike, she shouted and had to dive out of the way as a prismed ray of pure, soulful sunlight blasted out of the amulet into the cavern.
beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith, who can dodge laser beams from point-blank range.
He could set people on fire with his green laser vision. Hold on, sorry. I'm okay.
Buffy's strong enough to bend rebar, punch this 4.5-ton bat monster into the air, and, smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
And despite her
Good for her, really.
lack of armor, she can survive massive explosions, like the one that destroyed Cephalian's lair that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blindfolded, but if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally fine by the next episode.
By the next episode. Accelerated healing. Okay, abilities. Accelerated healing, heightened senses, martial arts and weapons expertise. Cloud tears, trance. I could be saying that wrong. Slayer mode. Superhuman resistance to hypnosis and mind control, clairvoyance, poisons and sedatives, physical possession, soul manipulation, and memory manipulation.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks. Like when she... Yeah, Buffy's...
Okay, hold on. What?
Doubly impressive since Angel almost all of the blood...
Go back. Sorry.
By the next episode.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks. Like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she resisted her when she...
When Buffy returned to the dimension of the Shadowmen for the help against the first evil, she saw this demon and described it to me as living black smoke. It sought to merge with her, and she refused it entry.
Expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she...
It was almost enough to pull her apart, to scatter her soul across the eons among the thousands of years of Slayers. No, she thought, and it echoed over millions of days. Infinite moments. I am the Slayer. Moment by moment, life by life, in an instant or a fraction of forever, she pulled herself back, heart and soul. She grasped the lifeline that was the primal power of the Slayer, and she found herself again.
Resisted her soul being ripped apart and scattered across time.
Or that time she jumped into a vat of boiling liquid so hot it could reduce people to skeletons, and she was just fine.
She might not show physical scars, but she sure has emotional ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live normally, she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma she faced on a daily basis. Sure, she had friends, but they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world. That must be one of those metaphors.
Sometimes the worst enemies are the ones you can't fight, and who don't fight back.
Made even worse by her having all the memories of the others.
Every Slayer subconsciously inherits the memories of all the previous Slayers.
Slayers bouncing around in her head, dating back to the Stone Age.
Buffy has dreamt of every battle a Slayer has ever fought.
Buffy can tap into her skills subconsciously. She can react without thinking, sense danger in advance, and fight at her full potential even after her memories are erased. But I've dreamed every battle of Slayers ever fought, and she hasn't.
You can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But this includes the memories of their deaths. Countless women violently dying young. A reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the hell god Glory. After leaping into Glory's reality-ending interdimensional hole,
After leaping into Glory's hole.
Glory hole, if you will.
Okay.
Sacrifice
All right.
herself to save the universe, dying a hero's death.
It appears my glory hole joke was poorly timed.
Finally
No, it was funny. It's fine.
freed of her unfair earthly responsibilities, Buffy's soul ascended to heaven in perfect bliss. Until her friends brought her back to life in the agony of existence. This absolutely crushed Buffy and, ironically, annihilated her will to live.
Oh, that's rough, Buffy. But with the show renewed for more
I mean, if she was like, I made it to heaven, and then she gets shoved back down into earth where she has to continue fighting and not being understood and feeling lonely, I could see that. I could see that really messing with you.
seasons, she had to nut up and continue her endless crusade against all things Spirit Halloween.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight.
Feats destroyed the Seed of Wonder. I read the Seed of Water and was confused. I'm not gonna lie to you. Destroyed the Seed of Wonder. Lifted Olaf's enchanted hammer. Caught the sword that sealed Akathala? I don't know. Survived Willow's unrestrained magic power. Matched Oz's micro-millisecond reactions. Gouged out the Hellord Belphegor's eye. Withstood lightning from the Gatherer. Defeated the Master Dracula, first evil, and Hellmother.
Crusade against all things Spirit Halloween.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight, defeated vampires immune to traditional vampiric weaknesses, and destroyed the Sword of Sano, which caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of course, both Buffy and her friends have defeated countless immensely powerful demons.
Like the Queller Demon, which arrived as a meteor and caused the Tunguska explosion, which
The thing looked weird. Okay, the most recent meteoric anomaly was the Tunguska blast in Russia back in 1917. Some witnesses claim the meteor was hollow.
explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Or the Sorrow Demon, which caused a storm that blanketed Los Angeles.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf.
It was powerful enough to blow me back through time. I have no idea what it does to the building. More like the continental shelf, actually.
And took hits from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
She even faced off against the first evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Forced into battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly needed something to even the odds. The Slayer Scythe.
It's actually a Bardiche.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna say it. This thing is bullshit.
Containing the essence of Buffy's Slayer powers and created to defeat ancient demons.
Okay. Counterpart to Excalibur? What? Okay, anyway. Forged to kill old ones. Contains the essence of Buffy's Slayer powers. Cuts through magic space ghosts. Power absorption, reflection, redistribution. Magical wards against theft and power removal. This scythe conceived a child with Willow in the novels. Don't ask. What? Which end was she using? I don't... What?
The scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice
Fanfic ass axe.
through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Even Silas, the devourer of worlds. Kinda like Galactus, but instead of chomping on planets, he eats the multiverse. And there goes his head.
The scythe is easily the most powerful tool in her arsenal. In effect, attaining it completed Buffy, as though it were a piece of her she never knew was missing. With the scythe, Buffy was finally whole. Being the Slayer was no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing her Slayer powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Suddenly, the always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood of Slayers.
And thousands more reasons for any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth, because unless you want to get your blood all over her...
Hold on. I love this lady who's like, I'm gonna hit you with my fucking guitar. Like, I'm gonna beat your ass with my guitar. I love her.
wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth, because unless you want to get your blood all over her stylish yet affordable boots, you'll steer clear of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
Who did you ship Buffy with, by the way? If you watch the show, who did you want her to end up with? I think I wanted her to end up with Spike, because they were kind of like, I feel like they were definitely leaning that direction. And then Spike got like his own like spinoff, right?
Hey, as you know, it's Skeletober.
You mean October?
No, stupid, it's the Skeletober Skelebration.
I don't get it.
Come on, don't you watch Death Battle Cast? And for the first time ever, we've got Skeletober merch on the Death Battle store.
Wait, isn't that just Skeletor?
Skeletober? Yeah, look at that hat.
Isn't that just Skeletor? Yeah.
I'm putting those stickers on everything. Wait, is that a pillow? We sell
Angel got his own spinoff. Spike moved to the Angel spinoff. Maybe that's why I was confusing them.
pillows now? Hell yeah, I'll take 7.
You can find all that and more, including our limited desk mats that are selling pretty quick, at www.deathbattle.gg. That's www.deathbattle.gg.
Happy Skeletober!
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a live-action death battle!
Okay, hold on. Okay, in the poll, chat thinks Buffy's gonna win. I'm a little on the fence. Like, is Buffy's friends being considered as well? Like, part of her possible arsenal or whatever? Because, like, Buffy can die. We haven't really seen if Blade can die. Like, it feels like Blade can't really die. At the same time, she's got the crazy axe, but he has the creepy gun thing. I'm frankly leaning a little toward Buffy right now just because of her crazy axe. But again, he has the crazy gun thing. I still think Buffy. Let's find out.
Oh.
Look at that. It's so clear. I mean, like, I don't even... It's not even juice. What? It's like they put food coloring, like a little bit of food coloring in water. Like, I just... The production on this, though.
We were kings.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Long before they had a name for kings. But now, starved, hunted, forgotten. You have waited long enough. Tonight, we remember who we were. Tonight, we take back what was always ours. Tonight.
Thought he was supposed to be 6'2", because he's looking kind of short.
We feast.
Daywalker.
And she. That's just the start.
He got style, I'll give him that. Yeah, Blade with freaking, like, rave music doesn't haunt my nightmares as a healer in the back line. Ah! Oh, yeah! In the eye! What is this freaking... What? I'm sorry, what is this? What is this shotgun crossbow thing she got going on? Like... gave up and took it. He was like, yeah, all right, I'm going out like a badass with my music going. Like, what do you mean? It's a semi-auto crossbow. It's cool, but it's weak as shit compared to a normal one. Okay. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Ugh. And it's hissing.
Wait!
Well.
Dude's just a kid!
Not anymore.
I'm sorry, that's not the voice I was expecting. It's like, just saying. Blade's son versus Buffy's cousin. Yeah, let's fight in the bathroom.
You out your damn mind?
Ah, gross. I mean, he could just... Oh, in the shoulder. Going for the shoulder. Okay. Yeah, get that anger out, girl.
Amateur hour. There's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
Sorry. got Luna Snow in the background ice skating uphill. You know, it's fine. Ow! Fuck. Oh god, the thing bleeds. I shouldn't be surprised by that, but I fucking hate it. So
Brilliant. Cheer 100 points. Look. He said it. He said the thing. We can go home now.
Dark Ace, thanks for the bits. Oh god, yep, there it is. It's doing stuff inside her leg, I know it.
Another sword.
I see you cut through adamantium.
Bring it on.
It's like this one could cut through adamantium. I don't know what that is. Like, you know, like does she know what that is? Why would she know what that is? Like oh god. Okay, now you're just showboating. Dang. Dang. Okay, but what about the fucking bullet in your leg that's probably doing stuff? Because, like, it seemed horrific.
Looks like you got ahead of yourself.
Hush with the puns.
To be Blade tenued no longer. I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he'd have the edge.
Believe it or not, Buffy is actually in more comics than Blade.
Really?
Dang.
Man, Blade can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories. First up, stats. Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
Like, sure, Blade's strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like...
Let a girl have some fun, okay? Mind your business. I'm still really upset about the living gun bullet in her leg, though. Like, I'm just never gonna get over that.
Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters they fought, compare Dracula creating
Buffy scales to nearly a dozen power feats across her media that exceed any of Blade's scaling. In Chaos Bleeds, Buffy's sword, Hope's dagger, harmed the god of evil, dispersing its consciousness across all dimensions of reality.
a storm that covered Boston to the Sorrow Demon creating a storm that covered Los Angeles, a city over 5 times larger. You might be able to compare Blade to Spider-Man like Miles, who absorbed a bomb that could blow up Harlem, but that's significantly weaker than Whistler containing a blast that could wipe out London. They could both dodge light beams, but
Blade scales to Cyclops and Daredevil, who are stated to react in nanoseconds, while Buffy scales to Oz, who is stated to react in micromilliseconds. Both statements are likely hyperbolic and would be equal to each other regardless.
that doesn't keep Buffy from taking the overall edge in stats.
Blade's used to being the odd man out, though, so his versatility is just as important.
With Blade's numerous powers and massive arsenal, he certainly could have overwhelmed the more straightforward Buffy.
Machine guns and magic swords are generally gonna beat out crossbows and morning stars. Not to mention, he actually wears armor.
Also, Blade's faster healing factor and
Boy Thing's armor ability would not resist the Slayer's size, spatial cutting, or power absorption, while his ability to burn anyone who feels fear hurt While his ability to burn anyone who feels fear hurt Silver Surfer, Buffy's supernatural courage would resist this.
Immunity to traditional vampire weaknesses kept Buffy on the back foot for a time. Blade wins versatility.
But when it comes to skill, Buffy's got plenty of experience fighting armed opponents barehanded.
Both of them were masters of a similar number of martial arts.
And Blade has been kicking vampire ass for a century, way longer than Buffy's even been alive.
While Blade may have more personal experience,
While Blade knows of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and according to Marvel's Midnight Suns, it is his favorite show, let's be real, he hasn't read the novels.
Buffy's ability to draw on Slayer battles dating back to the Stone Age, at least 40 times older than Blade, gives her the superior skill. Even then, they both had weapons and abilities so powerful they could end the fight instantly, regardless of all else.
They're trump cards. Fortunately for Buffy, she actually countered almost all of what Blade could throw at her.
Withstanding Blade draining her energy with his bite? Check.
Resisting the Hellfire shotgun destroying her soul? Check.
Preventing Blade turning to mist and exploding her from the inside out?
The Shadow Demon is described as mist and smoke, and Buffy repelled it from entering her body. She also beat her version of Dracula, who could turn into mist by timing her strikes between his shape-shifting.
Out? Check.
Meanwhile, Blade had no way to survive, say, Buffy's Gorgon venom turning.
The Scythe's power means Buffy can't be sealed away and can resist the magic nullification of Blade's Atlantean swords.
Check.
Meanwhile, Blade had no way to survive, say, Buffy's Gorgon venom turning him to stone.
And even with the deadly and just plain gross breathing gun, Blade
Agreed, it is gross.
did not have anything as potent as the Slayer Scythe. It could easily deflect the breathing gun's bullets back at him.
The breathing gun's homing bullets have been stopped before, like by Madcap. The gun also can't hurt holy beings, given Buffy's powers are more angelic in the novels, the gun may not work against her at all.
Or use its space-cutting ability to slice through his unbreakable adamantium sword.
Don't believe us? Even Wolverine's adamantium skeleton was cut in half when a portal closed on top of him. That's the same kind of thing.
And Wolverine's beta adamantium skeleton is a much tougher version of the same metal.
Oh, and since the Scythe could kill Silas, a multiverse-devouring god, I think you could take down Blade with a big enough swing.
Giving Buffy the final advantage over the Daywalker.
Really thought Blade had a chance, but Buffy sure put a damn fear on things.
The winner is
Stop with the puns.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Ayo.
Next time on Death Battle.
Dante? Who's the other one?
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death.
Dante versus Clive, Devil May Cry versus Final Fantasy 16? Is that right? I have not interacted with 16 at all. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know anything about 16. Dang. When did 16 come out? Because I paid no attention to that. The last one I heard about was 15. Anyway.